안녕하세요. 폴포츠입니다. 코리아 사랑해요.
안녕하세요. 국민인터뷰 김세진입니다. 오늘 제가 만나볼 분은요, 세계적인 희망의 성악가로 불리우는 분이죠. 폴포츠입니다. Mr. 폴포츠. Was my British accent okay?
It was great.
Yeah. And I know you visit Korea often. What brought you to Korea this time?
I came to Korea to explore a bit more. So I've spent a few days in Korea and Dongyong and Busan, and going to spend some time in Gangwon-do as well as doing this, of course, and the photo shoot. So it's great to be back again. It's always great to come back.
It's been over 10 years now since you have become one of the most famous singers in the world, and you are living a totally different life than before. Have you gotten used to it now?
Wow, it's nearly 12 years, and that makes me feel really old.
But you are still young.
안돼 할아버지. I got to do what I love doing, and I feel honored to do what I love doing.
That's right. Well, people are familiar with your life story through audition, your music, even the movie about you. But tell us again how you were able to overcome your trials and struggles when you had.
Well, I had, in the approach to Britain's Got Talent, I had quite a lot of illness and injury. I had my appendix burst, and I continued performing throughout this, and at amateur level, I wasn't being paid. I was having to pay to do it. So I continued performing, couldn't go to places, I couldn't continue to pay for lessons. So at that point, I kind of gave up. But then I was sat at home and I just stumbled across an ad, and I didn't think I would get anywhere. So I flipped a coin, decided if it landed on heads, then I'd apply. If it landed on tails, I'd delete it and never think about it again. Thankfully, looking back, it did land on heads.
Well, some people might think that everything just happened to fall into place like this for you. I know it wasn't easy to achieve what you have accomplished. So how were you keeping that skills, like musical talents?
Well, I didn't have a huge amount of training because I didn't go to a music school. Going to a conservatory costs money, and to get bursaries, you need to have that belief in yourself to get those bursaries and keep auditioning for them. I didn't have that self-belief, so I figured that I'd only ever sing for myself, and sing is something that I enjoyed doing. So, and because I saw singing as something that I loved doing, and I never thought that I could do what I love as a career, because I thought that work is something you do in order to do the things you like doing. Often people try and designate success, define success by what you earn or by what car you drive, by what house you live in. Success isn't about that. Success is about being yourself. It's about being able to do what you love doing and it being who you are. The joy in life is able to do what you are, not just be who you are, but do what you are. And so in that sense, I'm very, very fortunate because I get to do what I love doing.
I see. You are an honor ambassador for Korea tourism. What was your first memory about Korea?
My first memory was on my very first trip back in 2008, and being faced with a very, very Korean meal. Garlic spicy, but I like that. It's just I don't like chili. But I've been able to explore more, been able to wander around more, and also try and show people through my Facebook and Twitter pages what Korea is really like, and also to counter some of the misconceptions that people have about Korea. I don't want Korea to become over-Westernized because it has its own culture, and I think that needs to be respected. And I've seen Korean culture events and drummers and Korean dramas and Korean singing, and we need to keep these cultures going because this is part of Korea's identity, and we need to preserve that.
I can feel that how much you love Korea.
Because I feel partially Korean, even if I have no Korean blood. Perhaps I have some Korean spirit, but and I'm not just talking about soju.
What are your plans for the future?
I'd love to just keep performing. Love to do what I love doing for forever, really, and to try and do something to encourage people to get involved in their culture and in their way of life and keep their identity.
Thank you. You have shown the world that dream does really come true. And before we end this interview, will you please say a few words to those that are making every effort to achieve their goals, please?
Sometimes things feel like they are uphill. Sometimes you feel like you're in a tunnel. And the thing is, when you're in a tunnel, you can't see. If you can't see the end of that tunnel, the light at the end of it, it might not be that it's endless. There may just be a twist in it which stops you from seeing it. So what you have to do is just keep going. Take as much advice as you can, and just keep trying. And certainly when I was going through my difficulties with my health, that made me feel like I had to give up on singing forever. I never saw the turning that my life would take. Never ever give up. Fighting.